Hello, everybody, and welcome to Keep It Spiritually Simple. It's December 30th. Oh, my goodness, how the heck did we get to the end of 2025 already? So, we've got the beautiful Debra Moore today, and she's going to get into a meditation. So, if you have an opportunity to jump in here, I suggest you pause it, get to a place where you know that you can receive this meditation and all the information that is funneling and filtering through for our highest good. So also, if you could remember to like, subscribe, and share so that this show can continue to circulate into a home near you. All right, Debra, let's just bounce with it. What is going on, girlfriend? This
Hey,
energy has
Sandra.
been insane.
Yes, I so understand. I've been going through it the last few weeks, and anybody in there with me, I understand. We're having lots of energies, as you have mentioned earlier, Sandra, coming onto the planet, and it's not going to stop. 2026, I want to really get into how we feel, where we're at, what to do. It's a change for all of us on the planet. Those listening know that you're here because of the change. You're helping with the change. And how do you help with the change? You help yourself. You come into a grounding within yourself. You recognize when you're off kilter and respect that you're off kilter. So it becomes a choice of facing our shadow or playing it. We can play our shadow out, as we're going to see a lot on this planet over the next 12 months for sure. It's going to come surprise. It's going to be a surprise coming in. Why? And from my perspective, the biggest energies that we can actually put our finger on are major planetary shifts. Neptune is moving into Aries on January 26th, my birthday. Saturn, I'm hoping it's a good birthday gift. Saturn moves into Aries also. So we're going to have Saturn, Neptune. And I believe it hasn't happened. They haven't conjunct in Aries in 12,000 years. So if that gives you a hint for what we're up for. Uranus goes into Gemini in April. Jupiter goes into Leo in June. And then the lunar nodes, which are actually imaginary points in the sky. We've got the north node and the south node. It plays out in the astrological charts. The north node is where we're going, and the south node is our past. So whatever's in the south, we're letting go of. And in this nodal change, they change every 2 years. We're going into Aquarius and Leo. And in 2025, we had Pluto going into Aquarius, which is setting the stage for the Aquarius age. It is just, in the first degree or so of Aquarius, it's a slow moving planet because it's way out there. And the energetics, when we talk astrology, we're talking energetics. So I just named off what? One, two, three, four major planets plus Pluto from 2025 and the lunar nodes all shifting. This is not anything we've seen in our lifetime. We have not lived through this before. And these outer planets make worldwide changes. So, one is that with the light coming in on the planet, our DNA codes are shifting. Science talks about junk DNA. Sorry, life doesn't make junk. These this is energy that has not been properly formed, let's say that, into useful codes, because many of us retain consciousness in third dimensional work, external, everything's external. It's a time to allow yourself in 2026 to sit down and breathe. If you do nothing else, to be aware. If you do nothing else, be aware. Are you reacting to situations externally in your life, on the planet, whatever? A reaction is a reaction. Or are you responding to it? And are you noticing there are things you don't need to respond to? All you need to do is breathe. Breathe through these changes. Allow the body, the emotions, the mental, all to relax. You've got this. Your spirit and your spirit guides and your higher self, they have you. When you breathe and connect in, and we'll do a connection towards in a little bit that connects you in. And you do this whenever you're freaked out during the next year, whenever you find yourself in reaction. I spent some time in India, and one of the more enlightened monks that I came across, he had had a conversation, and the woman was like, "Well, how do I wake up?" And there's a lot of talk about being awake. And being awake to what, really? Because there's levels. And for me, being awake is not reacting to everything in life, not being triggered by everything in life. Why? Because you've woken up to the conditioning that our ego suppresses our emotions. And where do we suppress them? To the subconscious. And in order to awake at this point in time, we need to go in to our feelings and allow them to be released, not emotionally released, held in presence in the body to be released. And you transmit and transform, and a lot of things change. And the hand that held those emotions down, they get released. The hand comes up, the emotions release. And over time, it's a lot easier to do it. I've been doing it 40 years. I'm prepped. But the problem is, a lot of people around me aren't. And I'm concerned for them because they're not going to know what's happening because the hand's being taken off. And you're going to find yourself in reactions this year to things that the best thing you can do is to sit down, breathe, and recognize you're in reaction. If you do nothing else, see it. Just see it, feel it, allow it. Don't resist it. Resistance. It hides. I have clients, and they get on the phone with me and they're all filled with resistance. And they say, "This doesn't work." And it's like, are you releasing on your resistance? Well, I'm not, resistance. What is that? It's like, oh, it's a feeling. Is it numbness? Is it resistance? What is in there? We don't, our mind's not saying, "Oh, I'm angry. I need to transform this." I'm saying to you, be aware of your resistance. Be aware of your numbness, because there's things that are going to happen this year that are going to shake you to the core, and it's okay. It's shaking out the dark side. It's shaking out the shadow side so you can see it. You're transformers. If you're light bearers, light workers, star seed, you came here to transform energy. And the first way that you learn to do it, the way we set it up, is to transform our shadow inside ourselves, taking the power from the shadow and transforming it into our light body. And as we build our light body, we're in ascension. That is ascension. Raising frequency is raising the energy in our light body. And what happens? This physical body starts turning on. What does that mean? Well, I don't just hear, I'm clear audio. I don't just see, I'm clear visual. I feel, I know. I don't just feel it, I know it. I know I have to go to the right instead of the left. I know when someone's lying to me. I don't have to say anything. I just have to witness it. It's a different way of being. We've been taught to be doers, and we're really meant to be beers. And now we're going into a time where it's all about being. But we have to make that transition. And when you and I and Sandra can do that, we're helping the entire planetary system, not just humanity. We're helping Mother Earth because she is shifting as well. So, there are a few notes that I've taken around what we want to do for 2026. Because if just astrology in normal times were to go into these shifts, it won't be so normal. We're going to watch systems break apart, and we have a choice. We can be in fear, or we can be at peace. We can be in reaction, or we can sit down, be within ourselves, transform those reactions, and respond to it. And trust me, your guidance will show you where to go. We'll tell you where to be. Listen to it. I can talk from what it's like to have spirit telling me directions to take, waking me up and saying, you've got to get up now. You've got to go to this event now. You need to stay home today now, and following it. And I'm going to tell you, we fight it. Our egos fight it. Our egos, well, I have this, and this, the doer in us. And I'm asking you to begin the transformation into being. A lot of people are upset about AI. There's a good AI out there that will support humanity into their next evolutionary jump, doing things for us, allowing us to be. And us doers don't understand what it is to be. We're in that transition. There's also a negative AI. And all I know from the depths of my soul is that that will be taken care of as long as we have enough beers on the planet, being in transition, allowing the darkness to be transmitted into light. The darkness, what is that? I'm not talking evil. I'm talking darkness. We are shadow and light. And traumas, early childhood, past life, ancestral, have all had an imprint on our subconscious. And these imprints come up and we need to be aware of them. So the monk said, this is how you wake up. Awareness. Okay, awareness, great, got that. What's next? Awareness. Oh, I already got awareness. Awareness. Are you aware of your judgments that rattle off in your head? Are you even aware of them? Are you aware of blaming others? Trust me. It's always a shock when you wake up to the fact that you're blaming. If you're blaming, you're giving your power away and you're playing victim. And to every victim, there's a tyrant. So you're blaming out there, you're the tyrant, I'm the victim. I don't want to be in that game anymore. Do you? Own your energy. Own the situation. How is it that internally there is something for me to be aware of, to clear, to balance, so that my external world reflects my internal? in something that I want to live in versus being the victim to somebody else's power when they only have power if you give it to them. 2026 is going to challenge us. Everybody says we don't want war, we want peace. Well, if you're warring inside with yourself, if you're taking a position and pointing the finger, you're not at peace. You add to the war breaking out on the planet. I had one teacher in India say, when 2 million couples argue on the planet, a war breaks out. How profound is that? How powerful are we and don't know it? We have to start at the roots, just like a baby crawling before it stands, before it walks, before those muscles are strong enough. And when you can become aware of where you're putting your thoughts, of what that automatic energy is doing, of what drives you, you're building muscle. You're building your awareness muscle. And you're making room for presence. That internal, calm, peaceful allowance within yourself and others. Do we have that? I don't see it in the world. I see it in individuals at times, but mostly I hear about the complaining of how he's not doing this and she's not doing that. Where's the acceptance? This is the year where we're not going to be able to hide. We're going to see systems break apart, things that we always counted on. And what I'm saying to you, build the foundation inside and count on your connection to your divine. And when you do that, no matter what's going on around you, you'll know your next move. You'll know that you're where you're supposed to be or that you need to leave. You'll know. And doors open. Do you ever have life just bring things to you? Door after door, gift after gift? I did. I was 12 years nomadic, and people invited me into their homes to work with them. There were many times I'd wake up in the morning and know I couldn't stay where I was, and I'd have another place to live by the end of the day without much effort, if any effort at all. Many times it was months in advance. I need you to come and stay with me. I don't do that anymore, but I'm here to work with people. And in 2026, I'm opening up private sessions for anyone that's interested. Go to my email and type in deep dive in the subject. And the email is dmoneness@gmail.com. That's DM like Debra Moore, oneness@gmail.com. And let me know if you wish to discuss this further. It's hard to do it alone. We're not aware enough. I had help, and now I avail myself to others. So let's go inside now. In the next few minutes, we're just going to drop into ourselves. And this piece you can always come back to. During the year, remember, this is the 2026 upgrade. This is the 2026 transformation. And this is the step you want to start with. So sit back or lay down and become aware of your breath. Breathing in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. Taking a deep breath in and filling your belly, a deep belly breath, and slowly release. And so we're just going to count on the inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Now release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, in your minds, counting the inhale, doing a pause, counting the exhale. Feel your body. Allow any tension to relax. Following your breath in and out. If you do nothing else in 2026 and you do intentional breath in the morning or before you go to bed at night, this itself will shift you. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, what is it that you ask for from life in this moment? Make it simple. Remembering to breathe. Taking time and walking. Set up one intention. You can always come back and do your next intention. But just one for this moment. See it happening. Put yourself there. Feel it. Now drop into your heart. Can you experience the beating of your heart? This is part of your operating system, your chakras. That's dropped down to the root, the very base of the trunk of the body. And now drop a cord from the tailbone down through the floor, down below the building you're in, into the dirt, dropping that cord down, 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 going to come into a crystal bed of the earth. Can you see the colors radiating from the crystals? Can you feel the vibration, the frequency, the song of the crystals? Can you relax deeper into the light and sound of the crystal bed? Dropping down. You're going to come into a huge cave. You're standing by a waterfall. The light is bright, but soft and radiant. The colors are brilliant. colors maybe you've never seen before. The animals are in oneness. The curious, loving, they're not in survival. Their hearts are open. Ask the Great Mother to come to you. And as she does, in whatever form she presents herself, give her your intention and give her your gratitude. Because everything comes from the earth in this life, your body. You can't have an earthly experience without it. So thank her for allowing you to have this experience. And if you have difficulty and you don't experience the Great Mother's presence, there's a shiny golden rock. Just put your vision into that rock. And give thanks. Deep, deep, deep gratitude for all of it, for the worst of it, and for the best of it. The divine does not judge us. So if all you have to give is really tough, difficult situations, then give it to them. They will help transmute it for you. Always. With gratitude, I want you to experience the Great Mother's gratitude for you being here to help her during this transition. She could not do it without you. Allow that to penetrate every cell of your beingness. She needs you, and you need her. And now, feeling her gratitude begin to ascend back up through your cord, coming up through the crystal bed, coming up through the floor of the building you're in, coming into your root chakra. Feel the Great Mother's gratitude. What is that experience for you? And now spin it up, opening up your second chakra, the sacrum, which is just below the belly button in the front and the back, spinning in the appropriate direction at the appropriate speed for your creations on the earth, because you're a creator. Remember why you came. Remember why you embodied on the earth. Remember that you came here to create. Moving into the solar plexus, your power chakra. The choice between playing victim tyrant to being self-empowered. Feel the Great Mother's gratitude for your evolutionary shift into self-empowerment. Knowing that when you sit here in your third chakra, in your operating system, your choice to own your experiences, opens you up into the heart. That energy propels you into compassion for yourself, coming in to your heart chakra, feeling the gratitude of the Great Mother for your service, for your existence, for you naming your intentions, for the guidance and the direction of the manifestation of those intentions. Plant that seed in your heart to have compassion for yourself. For as humans, we are perfectly imperfect. So we can judge and dissect and make wrong. Or we can accept ourselves for who we are and change the things that we can and accept those we can't. And in that breaking from judging into acceptance and compassion for self, that is how we learn to have compassion for others. Until we recognize we really can't get rid of our shadow, we can move the energy out and take its power from it. But we are who we are. We have choice as to what we act on, of how to respond to life. To recognize we're on mission. Love this planet. Love every challenge. And have compassion for yourself for the times that you don't love it. Be aware of that. And allow yourself to experience it so that you can move from it. Now, I want you to place your attention on your crown. And we're going to ask that everyone's crown is opened as we slide up to the 8th, where the soul drops. All the healing energies, all the things we need to know. Allow that to drop into the 8th as we slide up and witness the 9th, the 10th, the 11th, and the 12th. To whatever degree that you can be aware that we affect all life everywhere. And we invite the Father energy, the universal energy, to drop down from the 12th, the 11th, the 10th, the 9th, into the 8th, and gradually, at the appropriate pace for us, to drop into the crown, enlivening the 1,000 petals that are opened, soothing any of those that need to be soothed, dropping into the 3rd eye, allowing our sight to come online if it is not already. Our inner sight, our inner knowing, dropping into the throat, tracing all that energy through our trance channels, coming into the heart, having Mother, Father, God. And now I want you to bring that intention, the same intent, into your heart, into the presence of this energy. Take this energy into that intent. Envision it happening. What's it feel like? And now coming back into the heart, giving thanks for receiving what you have intended. Giving thanks for the direction you'll receive over the next few days. Giving thanks as we shift into a #1 year of new beginnings on a planetary system. It's time for the new to show itself. As the old falls away, allow it to fall. Be at peace with the transition. Now giving thanks once again, allowing all the energies to be dissolved through the heart, because the heart knows what to do with it. Come back to your breath, breathing in and breathing out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you. I am also grateful for community.
So very powerful, Debra Moore, as always. You know, when I do these meditations with you and connect to the breath, I feel myself drop into my interdimensional self in the solitude of this physical body and the energy that surrounds it. And there's just something magical about the meditation breath work that you do. It just sends me into another space and a place within myself, yet I'm fully conscious of where I am, but I'm very deep and very heavy within the body. And it's almost like I'm getting, you know, a cleansing, you know, with this flood of oxygen through, you know, the physical body, maneuvering the emotional body. And it feels just so solid, yet so light. So thank you so very much for presenting that and allowing us to participate in this wonderful magical gift that you've bestowed upon us.
Well, you're so welcome. And just remember, 2026 is going to continue to have some challenges. Just be aware, and you can always come back to this meditation. We can call it the 2026 meditation.
Oh, I like that. I'm going to write that down.
Yeah.
Also, for you listeners, Deborah's been on multiple times, and each time she gifts us with a different type of breath work and meditation. So I would suggest over the next couple days, if you have an opportunity, to go back and hit replay and listen to this one and listen to the other ones that are offered here at Keep It Spiritually Simple podcast and YouTube. And I think we're going to leave it here so that we can stay in this place, in this space of peace and gratitude and appreciation and calm. Because we really do need these times of rejuvenation to reset so that we can approach each day moving forward with more stability and strength And Deborah, I would love to have you back on in a couple of weeks. And, let's just keep in touch with the audience monthly at least as we're going through this. Well, I don't know if we want to call it a roller coaster or an uphill or, sandstorm, or
Transformation.
it's definitely transformation.
Yeah, it
I
definitely
I
is.
do know that many of us, like you have said, of who are ready and have been doing the work, feel prepared, but still at the same time, for me personally, I'm learning something new about myself and my abilities to maneuver through the energies and to know that I am the commander of this vehicle. And sometimes I will forget that and I want to reach outside of myself for, programs that are just in the subconscious that I thought I had cut the cords from. And then to realize that I'm not dangling alone. I am so mighty and powerful that it's okay to be out here in the stratosphere,
Yeah,
floating around and touching space and place, and still know that I can't be disintegrated or obliviated, that I'm stronger for my floating in the
yeah.
aloneness and the nomadness. Um, so, I appreciate your story about that too, because if you really think about it, when you wake up in the morning, you're not sure where you're going to lay your head that night. Um, I know from personal experience, um, when you don't feel like you've got a home, there's a lot of fear and trepidation that comes with that. But you've gone through a lot, and now you're able to give back through going through those experiences yourself. So thank you for
You're
doing that
welcome.
with us and with
Yeah,
all
it's
of your
all,
clients too.
yeah, and clearing the fear. It's a journey. I could not have done the 12 years had I not learned to clear the fear first.
Yes.
So that I had that tool going through that process. And it was magical. When I look at the doors that opened, they weren't doors I personally sought to do. It's like it showed up, it came, it supported. So I know I'm always supported by life. And we're
Yes.
going through the transition where everybody that is in ascension needs to understand exactly that. You are always to support it, and you need to show your mind and your ego that goes into fear that you're always supported. And so we do these little lessons now, uh, little intentions to show that it does show up. You make a big one, yeah, I want $10 million in my bank account tomorrow. Uh, you know, but I want to see red flowers today, you know. I want one more new client this month. Things that are easy so that as you learn to do this, it multiplies and expands.
Yes, and as spiritual athletes, we have these daily drills that we've got to hunker in and hone down, and
Yes.
and each drill that we do, it might seem uncoordinated and odd at first, but we do wind up feeling more comfortable with it, and sure enough, then it becomes second nature with that muscle memory.
Yep.
So thank you for sharing that point of view as well.
Yeah.
Well, viewers, thank you for joining us here at Keep It Spiritually Simple. Please again, like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think that they might benefit just getting in touch with this information and with the breath and the meditation. We love you all. So let's say goodbye, Deborah.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.